My fellow Americans, we are in grave danger. The technology has been developed which will forever enslave us if we do not act quickly and see to it that it is banned from this country and banned from the world. I am talking about electronic bracelets. Bracelets which ostensibly will just be used at first in airports in order to make you safe. The idea is very simple. All passengers will wear one, and then if somebody tries to hijack the airplane, somebody like a terrorist, the bracelet can be activated and essentially knock them out with an electric charge, giving the flight crew time to gain control of the situation. Well, that sounds great in principle, but there's one little problem. You and I are not animals. And yet, it is clearly obvious that the Department of Homeland Security thinks of us as being animals. People, we need to look at this from perspective. Shock collars are used on dogs. Now, this isn't a collar, it's a bracelet. That's a technical distinction. I don't really care. We're not animals, and we can't allow anyone to treat us like animals. But it gets worse. If we allow this to happen in airports, Alex Jones was right. I heard this on the Alex Jones show. If we allow this to happen, these elitist pigs will cause this to spread. They'll put it in schools. I mean, you go visit your local school, we'll put a little collar on you. That way you're not going to have any trouble. And then maybe we'll put a little collar on you when you go to local shopping mall. Collar, bracelet, whatever. And before you know it, they've desensitized us to the point where people will even be willing to put them on in their own homes. I mean, after all, a crook breaking into your home, well, all you'd have to do is push a little button and zap and you're safe, right? Wrong. Don't even think about it. People, this is a science fiction scenario that makes George Orwell's 1984 look like a Sunday school picnic by comparison. If you allow this to happen, there will come a day when everything you do will be controlled. I mean, it'll be like one of my favorite Star Trek episodes from the original Star Trek. It was called Spock's Brain. And in that episode, they had these futuristic devices that nobody could remove. Only this was a male-female type thing, where the females were called the givers of pain and delight. And that was essentially the case. The males would be brought down to do, from the surface, to do basic servile tasks. And they were fitted with these devices which could inflict severe pain on the human body. Well, that's what we got here. Only it's not a male-female schism. What we have are a bunch of elitist pieces of garbage who view us to be nothing more than useless eaters and useless feeders. These people are the antecedents of the National Socialists from World War II. They believe in power. They believe in control. They hate freedom. They hate representative government. The Department of Homeland Security hates freedom. They hate representative government. They hate the American way. They are anti-American to the hilt. There's no question of that. They are traitors to this country. But now, this technology has come up. The technology that will allow them to basically kill anybody at just the push of a button without ever leaving some air-conditioned booth. Or they might punish somebody who's just being uncooperative. I mean, we've seen this time and time again in science fiction, but now it is fact. I can imagine a system some years down the road, like what was envisioned by some futurists not too long ago, how the human race was going to devolve into two separate entities. One entity would be these tall, beautiful people, and the other entity would be these small troll-like people who would be servile and do the menial tasks and everything for the elites. Well, that's what they want. This technology is opening the door for that. Because once every person has been fitted with this, you will have no possibility to resist, no possibility to fight. You will have no free will of your own. If you say the wrong thing, you don't cooperate, you'll be tortured remotely, and there will be no way to fight them. This is not an if. It will happen that way if we don't stop them. This is why I plead with you people. We have to demand of our legislatures that this technology be banned immediately and without further consideration. Furthermore, the people in the Department of Homeland Security who want to see this go forward must be fired and prevented from ever taking $1 of government money again. They must be fired and they must be sent to prison. We cannot allow this to go forward. It has to be banned, and it has to be banned now. Unless you want to be in some future chain gang with a shock collar around your neck or around your wrist that you can't take off, and which will see to it that you forever suffer the indignities of a slave. Well, slavery was outlawed a long time ago. And I, for one, would rather die a free man than live as a slave. Well, I thank you for your kind attention. If you still think it's funny, then I pity you. I can't hate somebody who thinks it's funny or even ridicules me. I pity you. Because it just shows that you are so far out of touch with reality that there's no hope. And you deserve to be one of those little trolls doing the servile tasks for the elites. Now, I thank you. I'm sorry I do have a little bit of a lisp due to an illness I had, but I hope my point has been made. We have to stop this. We must demand that this technology be banned immediately. The company is Canadian, it's not American. We can ban it from our shores and see to it that it never comes our way. Thank you and have a nice day.